Today I will be reviewing Big Bear Mountain at Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I had the fortunate opportunity to ride this in March 2025, and wow, this launched coaster blew me away. And today I will be talking more about that in this video and letting you know if you should go and ride it or not. And so, anyways, let's just get started. So first of all, I love this coaster's appearance. I love how it stands out no matter where you're standing in Wildwood Grove. And yeah. So now let's talk about this layout. So when you first launch out of the station, and I love this first launch already. It is such a great first launch to a family coaster like this. You go to the left, and then you go then you go through some more elements, and even pass through some rocks at one point, and then when after you turn around and go through some more elements, you go through this second launch. And in my opinion, this is where Big Bear Mountain really starts to pick up speed and get good. And then you have like a 66-foot tall hill that you go through. And then after that, you go through some more twists and turns and airtime moments. And then you go into your brake run and the ride is over. And I must say, this is a fun layout for a family launched coaster like that. I enjoyed how snappy the layout was, and I think the second launch was even more powerful than the first launch, in my opinion, because you're already going through all of those elements on the first half before the second launch, and then the second launch you pick up even more speed, which is absolutely crazy. And yeah. So another thing I'd like to talk about is the theming of this ride. I love the theming of this ride. It's themed to a bear who appears in Wildwood Grove, and and in my opinion, it fits so well with the area of Wildwood Grove. There's also a trail ride called Black Bear Trail, which I also did, by the way. But anyways, talking about specifically Big Bear Mountain, it fits so well with the theming of the area overall, Wildwood Grove. And yeah, and also a tip: if you're gonna come out to Dollywood, ride Big Bear Mountain, beware of long lines. When I first got on it during the day when I was at Dollywood, I first went in line for it in the afternoon, and it was a pretty long line. But I'm not saying it took up the whole day, but it was like a pretty long line for Big Bear Mountain. Yeah, this coaster is really popular, so be aware of long lines. And yeah. So in conclusion, this is one of my all-time favorite multi-launched coasters. I will say, though, Big Bear Mountain is sure to be a front seat ride, for me, for some reason at least. And, like I said, it's one of my all-time favorite multi-launched coasters. In fact, I'd say it's probably in my top 2 multi-launched coasters I've ever ridden. Number 1 being Copperhead Strike at Carowinds, and number 2 being this, Big Bear Mountain at Dollywood. And yeah, so, and I think it does top Slinky Dog Dash at Hollywood Studios, but yeah, I think it tops that. I think Big Bear Mountain tops Slinky Dog Dash in my opinion. And yeah, so with that being said, I would overall give Big Bear Mountain a 9.5 out of 10. It is a very good launched coaster, and I would highly recommend you go out to Dollywood and check out this coaster if you haven't already. I think you'll really enjoy it. And so, anyways, with that being said, that concludes my review of Big Bear Mountain at Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Reply to me your thoughts on this video, and also reply to me your thoughts on Big Bear Mountain if you've ridden it. And make sure to reply to me your thoughts on this video, and make sure to and make sure to stay tuned for more coming soon here to Coaster Plus Music 19. And make sure to go check out my merch store on Bonfire. I'll have a link in the description. I sell t-shirts, face masks, all the things. So make sure to go check it out. I'll have a link in the description. And make sure to subscribe if you're new and turn on post notifications so you will not miss when I upload a new video. And I will see you in the next.